Lately, Peaky Gonzales' truck is his office, and that makes sense. Harvey knocked out his headquarters, and now he and his people rent an office space in the center of town. We climbed aboard Pinky's truck last week to see what it is he sees through his windshield.
Let me show you a house, and I'm going to try
And
to help
what he
you.
sees are homes. Homes by the dozen, all damaged by Harvey.
I'll assure you, if we go into that house right there, I'll guarantee you, if they still have sheetrock in there, it's molded up.
Other homes are beyond saving, like this one, whose owner turned to Gonzales for help.
He said, my house is, it's unrepairable. I don't have the money to repair it.
What frustrates Gonzales the most is knowing that there are dozens of FEMA houses and trailers right up the road. We're right outside the perimeter of Chase Field in Beeville. This is a staging area for these FEMA homes. And to date, only a handful of them have actually made it to Refugio County. FEMA can't tell us how many people have applied for direct housing assistance in Refugio County. They can only tell us how many have qualified. 14 families. And of those 14, only 5 have actually received a FEMA home. It's a little wonder that Gonzales couldn't show us one when we asked last week.
Nope. I cannot show you, not a one.
Instead, he introduced us to Susie Perez. She met us at her in-laws' home, and the outside shows Harvey's punch. Go inside, you'll see ceilings that gave way to rain that got in through the torn roof. And yet her in-laws, who can't come back to the house because of the mold, didn't qualify for direct housing assistance. Instead, FEMA cut them a small check.
Yes, they did get a check for $2,700, and that is still sitting in the bank waiting.
But she does wonder why her in-laws didn't qualify for one of those FEMA homes. We didn't ask the FEMA representative we ran into about that specific case. They don't discuss cases individually, but he did take time to explain the process.
If they have $17,000 or more in damages, they qualify for the direct housing program on that score, and then they are re-interviewed to see whether they're interested in going into that program.
And if someone actually does qualify for a FEMA home, there's still more red tape to cut through.
And then it has to be a place where you can access sewage, water, and power for a hookup. And then there are permits for, making those connections.
Sheriff Gonzales stood by politely and listened as the FEMA rep talked to us the other day. But he admits it's getting harder to be polite. He says he's tired of words and explanations and processes. After all, he knows what it's like to lose a home. Harvey took his, too.
It's real hard to see these trailers parked up there in Beeville, and people in my community seeing them and calling our office, calling the county judge, the mayors, and say, why don't I have one of those trailers that I applied for?
Rick Spruill, 6 Investigates.